Hi, I'm Ron Shalvis. I'm 46 years old and I love doing parkour. I love learning the techniques behind it. I just enjoy doing it. And so I've decided to create a few tutorials on how to learn how to do parkour as an older person in life. Kind of the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. In some ways that's true, but for mostly it's not true. You can learn things if you put forth the effort and learn the proper technique. You can really have a good time and satisfaction of being able to improve your strength, your coordination, and your fun. So this first tutorial, we're going to learn how to do a muscle up. Muscle ups are applicable in many applications of doing parkour. When you do a wall run and then you climb up, it's nice to have that strength to be able to get up on top of that building or that wall or whatever it is you're climbing up. The first technique to learning is when you're doing a muscle up is you want to pull as fast as you can. The more momentum you can get as you're pulling, more momentum for your body, the easier it is to be able to get into the position to finish it up. A technique to learn to do that quickly is when you're starting on, you can start on a short bar so that you can use your legs and you can jump a little bit. So I'm going to be standing here, and if I just jump a little bit, it's so much easier to do. Kind of very simple. If that's even hard for you with a bar this high, you can go to a lower bar and you can kind of get the feel also. So those are the three stages you have to focus on. The pull up, where you're getting enough speed, enough energy, and then you have the transition, and then you have the push up. And so now, in order to get better at each one, you have to do two things. You have to get stronger and you have to develop the technique. To develop the technique is you just have to practice and practice and practice. Every time it gets a little bit easier, you get a little bit better. When we're strong enough, we don't need to use much of our body at all. We just have the strength. We can just go straight up to here. And it's nice to be to that point. Until we get to that point, we have to work our way up to it. And there's a few little cheats that we do to help get into that position. The first one is using our hips. It's kind of like a kip in gymnastics on a high bar, where you're bringing your hips up and your knees up, and then you kind of throw them down, which kind of gives you a little boost. In addition to using your hips and your knees as a little cheat, you can also get a little bit of swing. A little bit of swing will also give you a little bit of momentum in addition to your hips and your knees. Now I want to show you a couple things that I do to help me get stronger at doing them, and that they will help you also. The first one are pull-ups. Everybody's done pull-ups. We all done them 100 times. As you know, there's 1,000 different ways to do pull-ups. But one of the ways I like to do it's kind of a plyometric pull-up, where I'm just pulling, I'm releasing the bar, grabbing it, going back down. So kind of what it's doing is it's working my muscles in a way that makes them explode, so I can pull and have enough energy to let go of the bar, and then when I'm grabbing it, my energy's on the way back down, so it's causing my muscles to have to resist all that energy. So it really helps them in that explosion process. The second step that I like to do are practicing the push-up. And so if you can find a low bar, it's real nice. It's just kind of going through this motion and just going up and down. It's like a dip, but just on the front side of your body. And you can try going down as low as you can and then back up. So the ultimate goal in doing a muscle up is just being able to pull straight through all the way down, just to have that in strength and that technique in doing it. I'm that close to doing it, and so right now I still use a little bit of the cheats, but enjoy practicing.